Investigations continue into the causes of the weekend crash of an Asiana Airlines jet in San Francisco, which left 2 dead and dozens more injured. Good morning, I'm Michael Casey. Welcome to the News Hub. Investigators are now focusing on the 2 pilots of the Boeing 777, one of whom had limited prior experience in flying the high-tech jet. Jon Ostrower in Chicago has the details. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
So, John, why have the 2 pilots now come into the focus of this investigation?
So as the investigation has gotten underway since the Saturday afternoon midday crash of Asiana Flight 214, the NTSB has really begun focusing on a lot of different factors around both the operation of the airplane, but now what we've seen is that the pilot's experience and training are really coming into focus. What we understand is that the pilot flying had just transitioned to the 777 aircraft after having been a pilot on earlier jetliners and has about 10,000 hours of experience. But what the NTSB is really going to be examining is the interplay between the pilot not flying and the pilot flying the airplane. And we understand that the pilot not flying has 3,200 hours on the 777, but there are indications that this was his first as a trainer on the 777. So as the NTSB really gets this investigation underway and continues to conduct interviews with the crew, the interplay between the 2 are going to become very important, and what was discussed during the approach into San Francisco and how the interactions may have contributed to the accident on Saturday.
Right, because there appears to be no mechanical breakdowns, no technical problems per se, and the focus is on the approach, the very slow approach that they had coming in, correct?
That's correct. And as of right now, certainly we're still in the early days of the investigation, and just the appropriate caveats apply in investigations like this where the initial causes of incidents and accidents are sometimes totally unrelated to the final result. So things may and will likely evolve over the course of the investigation. Right. But certainly the state of the aircraft looks to have been sound, at least from the initial analyses. But certainly there are a bevy of systems that are available to the pilots and the crew, to warn them about approaching low speed and the types of different protections that are available.
Now, this is a particularly sophisticated jet designed specifically for long-haul flights with a whole lot of high-tech details to it. Does it imply perhaps that more training is needed on these kinds of aircraft?
Well, I think it's probably too soon to say that one way or another. Certainly, there is an enormous amount of training that goes into pilots transitioning to aircraft of all sizes. And Boeing's 777 was the company's first fly-by-wire aircraft, which means that there are electronic signals instead of mechanical linkages between the pilot and what are known as control services that can change the direction of the airplane's flight. So in that, there are various systems that Boeing has designed in to both warn the pilot, in approaching situations where they might be flying too slowly, various other systems that trigger automatically in almost a wake-up mode to begin to spool up the engines automatically, and at the very last moment have what's known as a stick shaker, literally a loud, violent vibration to tell the pilot that something is not right and you're flying too slowly.
All right, well, we'll have more coverage of the story as the day progresses and as the investigation progresses over coming days. John, thank you very much for your time.